Apple.
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 Android.
Android.
Apple.
Definitely an Apple. Android?
Android. Apple.
I would go for Apple.
Hey everyone, welcome to our channel D for Dandy. My name is Mahar and today we will go out on the streets to see whether people prefer Apple or Android. Let's go.
Apple. Probably just because advertised the most. Most people I know have it. I feel like the people that own Androids are probably smarter. Kind of would say I'm a sheep, so I just follow what everyone else is doing. So if everyone else went on Android, I'd go on Android. Same way if people go on TikTok, I go on TikTok, Instagram, everything like that.
Android. I used to be on Apple, but I moved to Android because it was just better and easier to use. And I just find that Apple is a marketing ploy. Every gadget you need has to be Apple, whereas Android's made for the people. Apple's behind. Everything Android has already. For example, Samsung, Apple's introducing it in their later model.
Apple, because Android, like, not gonna lie, kind of give me like bummy vibes. All the baddies have iPhones, no baddies have Androids. So if you're trying to pick up baddies, get an iPhone because all the baddies have iPhones.
Apple. I've just always used Apple and I can't stray from it. Even if it's the worst, I don't care.
Android, hands down. I don't like the fact that with an Apple phone, you're confined and there's no compatibility. I've always disliked the fact that they kind of twist your arm and they want you to buy other Apple products. I use my phone for basic things, just video streaming, calls, WhatsApp. So I don't really, not really a game or anything. Android does the job for me.
I would go for Apple. The way they updating, like their software is amazing, and that's why I chose them.
Apple, but I definitely think that's because it's branded and it's probably because capitalism, everybody wants an Apple iPhone, but definitely more aesthetically pleasing and satisfying to look at. But I actually don't have a conscious choice as to why I choose Apple.
I used to be an Android, definitely an Apple nowadays. It's just a lot easier. Once you go Apple, you can't go back. It's just easy to swipe, easy to do anything. I don't find anything difficult. It does everything that needs to be done. I don't need to update it or anything like that. So I'm perfectly happy with just being with one phone, and it lasts us for a very, very long time.
Oh, Apple, all the way. I suppose I've just become a creature of habit. It's so integrated into my life that I can't let go of the machine. I tried. I went to go look at a flip and I was so tempted, but I decided against it and just zooted up my phone with a new cover. It's difficult once you in Apple to actually leave Apple. There's no doubt that you become totally dependent on their software and their chargers and so on.
Android, because I just switched from Android to Apple, and then because the wife has Apple, so it's just easier to FaceTime, but I much prefer Android.
Apple, it's just easier in my opinion, like, you know, simplicity, I guess. Security too, I feel like there's a bit more security with with Apple. Like Apple hasn't been really inventive like this couple of years. It's always been the same. Same design, same everything. It's not much custom designs. I feel like the battery runs out after 2 years and then you're forced into getting a new one with all the updates and everything not working anymore.
Android. I used to be all for Apple, but then I realized that it wasn't as user-friendly in terms of downloading different apps and linking it to other systems. I don't want to feel like that's my only option. I want to have the flexibility to choose the best products regardless of whether it's Apple-owned or other.
I've had Apple before. Now I've got an Android, I'll never go back.
Apple all the way. I'm used to iMessage. I feel like it's easier to share with your Mac. It's more user-friendly, I think.
Welcome back to the Dandy Studio. What I'm hearing is that those who prefer Apple like it because it's easy to use, and those who prefer Android like it because it can be customized. But now is the time to dive into the data to see which one wins. Coming up is our tried and tested rivalry, Millennials versus Gen Zs. Millennials also prefer using Apple, but not as strongly as Gen Zs. 59% of millennials prefer using Apple as compared to 92% of Gen Zs. Sorry Android, looks like you need to step your game up. As you can see, Apple is preferred by both men and women, making it a clear winner. Full disclosure though, this video is not sponsored by Apple and I am an Android user. Thank you for watching the video. If you want any question answered in the future episodes, then please leave us a comment. Do subscribe to our channel and I'll see you next time. Stay dandy.